To Regeneration, integrating agroforestry and RCTs for land rehabilitation. Giving you some background, that Dr. Kala Samadram ma'am is currently working as a senior scientist forestry at ICR, Indian Institute of Soil and Water Conservation Research Station, Kota, Rajasthan. She has more than 13 years of experience in the field of natural resource management for degraded land and management of gullies, ravines, land systems through agroforestry, forestry, plantation development, and training mandate to disseminate research technology as well as awareness creation programs on conservation of natural resources. Ma'am has published more than 35 research papers in reputed journals and more than 18 book chapters, 23 articles, 30 abstracts, one book, and two bulletins. She has received ISAF Agroforestry Woman Scientist Award 2021. She has six Best Oral Paper Awards to her credit and Best Article Award in different national conferences and journal forums. She is the PI in 5 projects and co-PI in 11 projects, including 2 externally funded at ISSR Research Center, Agra and Kota. And she has her research works is particularly on stress-tolerant tree germplasm collection, genotype screening, quality planting material production, dryland agroforestry system development for non-arable degraded land rehabilities, and management of natural resources. And ma'am, you can now start your presentation. And I request participants, if you have any queries, questions, or any comments, please put them in a chat box and we will have those at the end. Ma'am, please go ahead
Okay.
with the
Yes,
presentation.
yes. I welcome you all. First of all, I thank the organizing team for giving a brief and very nice introduction about me and my career pathway. Once again, thanks to all, and very good morning to all of you. On behalf of Indian Institute of Soil Water Conservation, I welcome all the participants and other people and dignitaries to this training lecture. So today's my topic is specifically for degraded land management system with agroforestry. It includes the resource conservation techniques. So the title itself is very attractive, from the degradation to regeneration. How the way we can integrating the agroforestry tree species to make the land very protective and the protective way. So I will, through this presentation, definitely I will take as a virtual tour to exhibit all our technologies developed in the field mode, instead of giving a very textual lecture, a more picture oriented lecture. I hope you all will enjoy. So before going to the in-depth presentation, I want to give a small introduction about our institute mandates as well as vision and mission, because the entire degraded land ecosystems comes under the Indian Institute of Soil Water Conservation according to the ICR mandate. The government of India's today's target also enriching the higher level of green cover is important. That's why the World Bank is funding the tree outside forest project system and other kind of agroforestry development. More and more focus, because each and every bit of drop and use more crop with less water is a concept is now raised everywhere. That's why our all the research center are mainly focusing on all the degraded land ecosystem. Particularly, our Dehradun is taking care of the entire Himalayan ecosystem. After that, Sivalik Hills was Chandigarh. We have one center at Chandigarh. They are taking care of the Sivalik erosion-prone area as well as the degraded land. After that, Agra, we have one Yamuna Ravine riverbank ecosystem. Then we have one more center, Kota, that is dealing with the Chambal ravine ecosystem. And Basat, we have Mahi river ecosystem. Tatia, it is covering the Bundelkhand dryland ecosystem. Koraput, you all well know that sifting cultivated area, problematic area of land degradation. So the Koraput center is take care about the entire land regeneration on this particular mitigation. Then Udagamandalam, the well-known hotspot of India, the Nilgiris. So Ooty center is mainly focusing the hilly ecosystem. Then I almost covered Bellary. Bellary is a mining prone area as well as a very deep clay cracked soil. So Bellary is a very hot, dry climate ecosystem is covered in the southern western Karnataka part. So like this way, our headquarter as well as the 8 regional center is behaving like a Navagraha mode to taking and tackling of the entire land mitigation system with the arable land ecosystem as well as non-arable land technologies. With this, I will go into our presentation today. So you all know that what is land degradation. The land degradation means it's a declining of overall quality of the soil, water and vegetation conditions. So the 5-6 principle is mainly focused for mitigating those land. First, we will, wherever we go, we have to assess the water erosion appraisal. So entire agroecological region of India, the IASWC is doing water erosion appraisal through the improved GIS technology, remote sensing technology, and other things. The second principle is conservation measures for sustainable production in the arable land. This particular principle is applying agriculture land. We have adapting so many farrow method, contour farrow method, and so many with other conservation measures with agriculture crops specifically. After that, in P2, we are also having one more non-arable land conservation measures. One by one, I deeply given the exposure with the slides. Then watershed hydrology study, then rehabilitation of mass eroded area. This mass eroded area will cover mine spoil sector and riverbank erosion sector, and everything is deals under the mass erosion prone areas, landslide areas, everything. So finally, fifth is integrated watershed management. Here we economics and extension people will make a integrated farming system watershed module into the watershed adapted villages in order to equip the forestry, agroforestry, as well as the high productive agriculture technologies. And the sixth is the most important principle. Many people are mostly known that some, if you are not known, IASWC, Indian Institute of Soil Water, giving a 4 months, 5 months, and 1 month training on soil water conservation for the entire nation watershed management people, land line management people, and other dryland society people. Even for the BTech, MTech, agriculture university people also come to our institute and our regional center to take soil water management, integrated watershed management courses in 1 month, 3 months, as well as 6 months mode. So we are the most, previously our center is called Central Soil and Water Conservation Training and Research Institute. Now it is converted as a Indian Institute of Soil Water Conservation. So we people are giving a very pioneer institution in giving in training also. So now straight away I'm coming to the point of land degradation. So land degradation is day by day is increasing due to so many factors, not only because of the climate operations and other thing, environmental pollution, so on, so mismanagement of land things, and there are so many things are involved in the land degradation. Last 2-3 days, you people are frequently heard this word of agroforestry. So the same 3 principles are ruling over the land. Now, in the earlier days, maybe people nowadays only the crop intensification, crop diversification, so many birds are using. But in olden days, also people are properly used their agriculture land with the integration of sustainable resources of tree component, woody component, livestock component with an interconnected way. So agroforestry is not a single and new term. It is olden days itself. It is a very big sustainable land. But nowadays only it is getting an international arena of focus. Instead of going for agriculture, we have to follow, because country like India totally depend on rainfed system, more than 60-80% land. So totally the agroforest is the most suitable land use system for the country like India and other Asian nation instead of foreign developed nation, because their climate pattern and everything is something different from us. For them, it will be a machinery form of farming is successful. For a country like India, definitely agroforestry would be the boon for each and every development from the individual farmer to ecosystem level. So nowadays, you people are frequently heard about the word of natural disaster, and each and every people are facing that also because of the highly varied climate changes. In last month, you have seen the entire Dubai was flooded with historical event of rainfalls. It is making the desert land into the flooded land. Like that way. Then this is a last year photograph taken in the Kerala. So see the submerged condition of the things. Like this way, you imagine in this photo, I want to highlight, imagine about the level and depth of soil erosion. So like this way, it is happening in each and every part of India, nook and corner. What about the system of intensification and everything? And again, emission from the fossil fuel. So one of our estimate from the Indian Institute of Soil Water Conservation, the telling that in 2015, the erosion rate due to the water, it will be like means there are different category of erosion, but if your land is already 5 to 10 hectares erosion, it may be expected to be 10 tons per hectare per year. Like that, we double the amount, triple the amount, the erosion rate will be higher. So accordingly, we have to plan more and more integrated farming module with the soil conservation or technologies, or harvest the rainwater in proper manner to make the use of the particular rainwater into a highly sustainable way through the integrated farm diversification models. Then this particular map it's highly indicating that the potential area of in India is highly useful for going agroforestry. You see, the highest highly suitable region is following the entire semi-arid region is indicating moderately and highly suitable land. So there will be no way to think about the non-adoption of agroforestry. So agroforestry is the only tool to mitigate the climate change, as well as the only tool to give economic development of the country. So tree outside forest also day by day is getting increased. This is a very good opportunity for the foresters as well as the forest community. We are also observing people are nowadays giving an interest on the pulpwood, plywood, or other kind of fodder-based agroforestry. Sometimes the silvy aromatic agroforestry like that way. So it is giving a good momentum. Our India is getting a tree outside forest through the people and farmers adaptations. So many times this trial and agroforestry, people has to give more and more importance to the legume and leguminous species or VAM associated species, because this particular land is already having a poor nutrient fertility, poor water holding capacity, and this kind of region degraded land, definitely you should include the legumes or VAM associated species. It will give a highest success because it fixes the atmospheric nutrition, it enhances the root biomass to absorb more and more soil, and it is giving a very good tolerance capacity through the microbial associations. So agroforestry is not only a basket of giving an entire nutrient cycling, as well as this particular picture itself indicating the value of integrating the multi-purpose agroforestry tree species for the development in the degraded land ecosystems. So one or two photographs I want to give of how the way the land degradation and how much area under India it's now under the degraded lands. This is the total ravine images. When there will be no vegetation, it is started spill or splash or rill erosion. If they again and again we are not maintaining with very good cover of vegetation, it is started a gully formation. Finally, it going to the ravine formation with the entire stretch of India. In India, 2.06 million hectare of ravine land, which constitutes 0.65 total geographical area, is lying under the ravine wastelands. So this is a kind of overview of the eroded and erosion-prone land. So gully erosion is a repeated pattern over the large area. It is always associated with the riverbank ecosystem. See here, there are some more critical thread how the way this gully forming hotspot absorbed the ravine. When we are exposed to the different pattern of ravines, this kind of erosion packets we were observed, it is a totally unimaginable. Some kind of pipe erosion, some kind of tunnel erosion, some kind of cave erosion, sudden depression like that. So the unimaginable way of geological structure of this ravine soil, it is creating more and more threat to the nearby agricultural land. So that's why ravines are called the potential threat to the agriculture ecosystem, as well as it is a cancer to the agricultural lands. So like this way, it is spreading the and encroaching the very good productive land if we are not taking care of the lands. Sometimes the height and depth of the ravines, it will go more than 30 and sometimes in the 80 feet or depth also. In Yamuna ravines is the highest deep ravines in India, followed by Chambal ravines. Chambal comes under the category of medium and small and medium gullies. Vasatis comes under the small gullies pattern, but Yamuna ravine is the highest level of deep ravines. So one more thing also in top sequence wise, this erosion is called based on the slope as well as the situation from the nearby river bank. There are four type of sequence of the ravine zones are observed. Maximum level for zone 1 and zone 2 are these little bit small to medium gullies. It can be easily treated with the integrated agriculture technology like agriculture. We can level some amount of land and we can make a good peripheral bunding and other structures to cultivate the agriculture crops. In bund, we can go for fodder trees in the zone 1 and zone 2. But zone 3 and zone 4 are highly useful for only tree crops or any medicinal woody shrubs like that vegetation. Again and again, this particular river beds are also inhabited by the poor people. So those people are making a sand mining, making livelihood option of code farming, and again fuel wood collection is given as a take it granted manner to further aggravate the ravine land into the mood. Some of our social economic survey we were conducted in the ravine zones. There we are observed within the 10 minutes this much amount of head load of fuel wood they are cutting from the river bank zone, and this is only from Prosophis soliflora, but the people are taking away within 10 minutes. We observed this much head load. Imagine about per day, imagine about per week, imagine about the per month and per year. So there will be a people unconsciousness, literacy poor people, they are not able to visualize the impact of cutting and cutting. So illegal firewood collection and sand mining again and again a threat to this riverbank ecosystem to create more vulnerable of this land into the high fragile ecosystem. So again, farmers are taking this riverbank system for cultivation of their own agriculture, vegetable crops in the wrong way of across the slope cultivation instead of along the slope cultivation. Like that, where also it is again creating the nuisance to the riverbank ecosystem. So ultimately, this kind of undulated, totally deformated, terrain deformated land is need more cost investment for land leveling, and mechanical and physical mode of land leveling will not possible. So in this way, what is the ultimate solution? Everything will possible only through the any kind of energy farming, agroforestry, negative agroforestry mode of medicinal agroforestry trees only. So focus of Indian Institute of Soil and Water Conservation giving this much year, almost 70 years of research in the ravine. Very recent QRT team was visited our ravine ecosystem. They recommended small and medium gullies are rehabilitated. It's a very diversified ecosystem. Now you have to focus on the deep ravine ecosystem. So another coming decades, we are going into the technology development for very deep ravines, 30 feet and 80 feet land ecosystem. Definitely, it will be a very challenging for us as an agroforestry to tap each and every drop of water inside the ravine ecosystem to make up production potential of this land. So what is the ultimate source? Introduction of forestry or horticulture kind of system. So introducing legume based multi-purpose trees will be a very good silvi patches system or underutilized fruit cultivation and a high density with the medicinal plants. That will also good opportunity for utilizing this kind of degraded land ecosystem for making a purpose of economic as well as carbon stock raising development. So already in between my presentation, I told the importance of selecting multi-purpose trees, because multi-purpose trees, all you know that multiple benefit, good coppicing and reproducing power, nitrogen fixing, good deep and long root propagated, easy propagated species, adaptable to close spacing. These kind of selection criteria is important during our degraded land development species. Then adopting peripheral bunding in the upper catchment area wherever the rainwater, in order to safely drain off the rainwater. Then making the vegetative barrier, staggered, supported, contour trenching, compartmental bunding. I will show one by one with the picture. Half moon terracing, how we are implemented all these technologies in this ravine ecosystem. In the 80s, 90s, our institutes are focused in the forestry and agroforestry development through the fund plantation. After that, in the gullies and other degraded land, they go for the Capian structure as well as agave planting. After some time, they started a trial and fodder grass species for integrating into the silviculture models. Then they made a alley cropping model with the pearl millet, wheat, Louisiana in the like that way. Then slowly they turn into aloe-based multi medicinal plant agri-horti system like bear aloe plantations. Then they used some of the agriculture land with a bottomless bitumen drum technique to plant bare trees in order to avoid the root competition between the wheat and pearl millet crop. Like this picture, they cultivated the agroforestry in that resource poor Yamuna ravine belt of the riverbank system. Then in Kota also they introduced so many acacia tartalis, acacia mellifera, nilotica based energy plantation along with Seneca ciliaris based silvipastoral system for the fuel wood as well as the fodder development simultaneously. Then they introduced currant plantation, bale plantations, and the amla plantations to assess the with the improved productive material. They used, instead of seed propagation, they raised cuttings and stem based improved clonal material for testing their viability in the harsh environmental condition. That time desi bubble and currant plantation is giving a very good success in the improved planting material. Then in that degraded lands, they also adapted the bioengineering measures. I told the peripheral bund. The left side you are seeing the marginal. It is a peripheral bund in order to catch maximum rainwater during the 3 months available monsoon period. Because you know that western part of the Rajasthan is maximum July to September is a rainy season. That only we have able to harvest the rainy water. Then safe disposal through the spillway method. Otherwise, the mass erosion prone will be there. So then in the gully bed, we have implemented pour-event technique in order to harvest the rainwater as well as produce a microclimatic environment for enriching the native vegetative growth. In this picture above top, you have seen the pour-event method. Pour-event method is nothing but sandbags is placing the inducing water prone the nala system and can area and the gully beds to stop the rainwater to move the slow way in order to create a micro environment for the growth of the tree species. Then slowly the attention given to some other economically important species like amla. So staggered contour trenching method adapted in the amla based ecosystem. They standardized 417 number of staggered contour trench with a size of 3 meter into 60 meter depth and 0.5 meter width. This is the size of the trench adapted in every individual trees in order to harvest more water for enriching the in situ moisture conservation for the initial establishment as well as enhancing the food quality. So after that, they introduced Seneca ciliaris fodder grass species with staggered contour trenching system in the amla plantations. Then this is a method they are adapted the step by step. Then this is a treatment wise they are adapted the technologies like that way. Finally, this particular system is given improvement of threefold increases of the income from the farmers. The cost benefit ratio is 3.05. So this is a very potential technique of horticulture system in the medium and small ravines, because the three kind of income we are generated with the safe disposal of the rainwater in the degraded land ecosystem. Then after that also the biomass are made into the pellet form in order to make a cattle feeding as well as the safe harvesting of water to reduce the runoff or erosion potential and again through the proper manner of cutting cycle adaptation as well as value addition of fodder grasses. So one more successful technique we are raised in the degraded land is bamboo-based rehabilitation technique for effective utilization of major ravine lands. Here we were adapted the 4 different runoff hydrological behavior with bamboo. So first bamboo we planted with the earthen bund of simple basin lifting system. Second, bamboo planted with a stagger contour trenching method. A third is bamboo planted as a 2 row of vegetative barrier as a zigzag manner in order to control the more erosion like a live vegetative barrier. Fourth one is as a control system. In this scheme, this scheme was funded by the National Bamboo Mission, New Delhi, for the observation of hydrological behavior as well as protection potential of the ravine land. So first we have selected, this is a land located in Manikpura village watershed in the Uttar Pradesh Agra district. This is particularly a Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji ka original hometown hai. Then we are visited that particular, once again. Why we are selected bamboo? Because bamboo, you know that it's a very fast growing, versatile, hardy, adaptable, everything. Bamboo is a very good soil binder as well as a self regenerator. So the high renewable and in that bamboo species also the Dendrocalamus strictus is a very good and highly drought tolerant species and highly suitable for the ravine agroclimatic conditions with the good value of carbon sequestration potential also. Because in bamboo or bamboo also there will be a monopodial and symbodial bamboo system. You all know that symbodial bamboo farming, because symbodial bamboo is a good kind of bamboo. It always grow in a clumping form. The clumping form is essential criteria for controlling the soil erosion value. It is having a more soil conservation value also, and resprouting character also very much important in the soil conservation point of view. That's why symbodial bamboo is always preferable for the soil conservation than the monopodial bamboos. Then bamboo-based bioengineering structure, we have developed each and every step. It is very tough and hardy mode to enter into the ravine ecosystem. We slowly built the peripheral bund. We slowly made a diverse channels, and also we made a triangular weir to construct the caging instruments we put for the observing the hydrological behavior. Then we replaced the cap with the existing rhizomes of because through this bamboo you see multiplication. Then finally, after 4 years, that particular land is coming in like this way. The entire canopy cover we were absorbed, very good litter biomass accumulated, and the clump forming also very good. The funding agency people, the lowest left side slide, the funding agency is visited. So it is giving a very good economic return also like that way. So during the harvest, we are not harvesting the entire bamboo. We are retaining 40% of the clumps as a protective way to conserve the land, and we are remove only 60% of the mature clumps. Like this way, the entire land is highly rehabilitated. The lower belt of water harvested portion is villagers raised the mustard of using the residual moisture of the water conserved structures. So like this way, that particular village is getting a very good benefit of from these bamboo resources for their livelihood improvement. So in this way, bamboo is a very good species for the land degradation mitigation in the ravines as well as economic generation. Till date, that particular place is considered the iconic point for entire visitor from the forest department or any funding agencies or small BTech, MTech students visit, or we are giving so many foresters training also to take up the technology by the forest department. So this is a paper published in the Current Science. If you want to see more information about the things and all, you can refer this paper. Then we are also publishing so many bulletin out of it. Then this particular paper presented in the International Symposium on Gully Erosion in the Australia. So like that way, after bamboo introduction in the 2016, we utilized this particular land again to the tree-borne oilseed based cultivation with in the silvipastoral model. So 3 different tree-borne oilseeds was tested: Pongamia pinnata, Asadacta indica, and Jadropa curcus. In that, we observed that Pongamia pinnata is a highly adaptable with the 2 treatments of V-shaped micro-catchment as well as a hand rooting interplanting method. Then Ticanthium annulatum species was raised as a interspace management of patcher grass in this system. So finally, the current tree with the Ticanthium along with half-moon staped micro-catchment technique was given a very good and effective mode of resource conservation in the ravine lands. Economically, we are observed a good yield from the current system. Because in Jadropa, we faced the problem of seed setting. Flowering was not good and flower seed setting, but very good canopy cover we are observed. For the erosion control point of view, vegetative growth wise, Jadropa is a good species for gully bed rehabilitation, but for economic purpose, it is not worthwhile. Then neem. Neem also is a very good species in surviving in the ravine land, but only problem is we are the wildlife population is very heavy in ravine. So birds and parakeets infestation was high. We are not able to harvest a good amount amount of economic yield from the neem. So overall way, the current is a highly recommended species for this kind of degraded land instead of wild animals problems. Also minimum non-browsable little bit disturbance from the wild ecosystem. That's why the current is ideal species for this kind of degraded lands. So this is a paper already published in our soil water conservation bulletin. It is available in our research gateway. I will share the link if you are, some people are interested in future also. Then we evaluated underutilized fruit crops with various interface management. Instead of going only with the forestry, agroforestry energy, we are also going with some of the horticultural system like bale, lasoda, sarifa, and karunda was introduced in this. So there also, with the 8 years of success, we are observed a very good harvest. Finally, the bale plantation. Bale is a highly, all you know that health drink as well as a vitamin enriched health drink for during the summer period. It is very demanded in this Rajasthan part because the bale, apart from that also, bale is again a highly hardy species. NB Narendra Bale 5 selection was given a very good yield in this ravine belt. So we are in this picture also you can see we are harvested the bale size like a darboos ki barabar. One bale is almost 2 kg, 3 kg we are getting from these plantations. So bale based silviculture system again very suitable for this kind of the medium and deep ravines also. So this is a very recently 2023 this paper is published in our Indian Journal of Soil Water Conservation. Then finally, I want to give one more small, very good exposure to you. Now the mandate of our institute also taking care of the entire mining sector. So mining sector, you all know that the ecological restoration of mine spoil areas is very tough and tough process in the coal as well as iron mine sector. But in the Patthar, Kota stone, you all people very well aware of that Kota stone is a very hard limestones. There the debris is very strong bones and the content is very poor nutrient hold up. That's why it is very tedious and very difficult job for us to take care of. This is particular Lakshmipura mines is the highest mines in Kota district. It was taken by the Asia Associated Stone Mines Asian ASI mines located in the Ramganj Mandi district. There you can see the heaps and heaps of mine waste was dumped. So revegetation in this mine spoil area last 8 years from the 2015 we started the rehabilitation approach. These are all the some of the few glimpses about the existing situation at the mine sector. In stone mines there will be a 50% wastage because like in other mines not like this much wastage, but in stone mines the generation of waste material is very high. There are very huge dumping is there. Then silicosis and other allergic situation is created nearby farmers, and lung diseases will be more in this prone area due to this stone mine and processing industries. So this is again the, here I want to show the condition of the components, pather, boulders, as well as the very poor nutrient holding capacity of the soil. So we are screened 11 tree species over there for screening best species to go with a large scale afforestation. For that purpose, in the nursery, we have screened 11 species. From that, we selected the 4 best species for the final plantation in the mine spoil degraded lands. There we are taken care of the 4 different treatment, 2 different pit size and 4 different media technique. In 2015, the land is before rehabilitation, it will be like that. After that, where a team was given a root media modified technique as well as a soil moisture conservation technology like a patient lifting micro catchment techniques. Like that way, these are all the 4 best species we were planted over there. There also, Acacia nilotica is giving a very good performance as well as higher biomass production, followed by Inga dulce, that is a Manila tamarind. The third is the currant, and finally Ficus racemosa is cooler species, also giving a good survival, but biomass production is very less due to the biotic interference also. So finally, this particular practice is with a low level of root modification, because here I want to highlight a red Oromark. Red Oromark area is developed by the industrial people. Industrial people is dumping tons and tons of soil over the debris and make a rehabilitation. It is taking a huge cost for their establishment of small scale plantation. But we are not adapted that particular technology. We will go. Our team is went with the less cost method, cost effect. So we modified the only root zone. We removed the 1 square meter area. Then we added only 1 ton of soil in the root media. Then cully back mulching method. Then wheat residue mulching method, and other things to make only the root zone modification in order to raise. So this particular arrow mark of green area, the current and the desi bubble is given a good success through our less cost effective method. So this is our team is visited in the year 2022. Then recently one policy paper is coming out from our institute for the eco viable approaches for mine soil rehabilitation. One more important thing is, after covering all these things, there will be a need of medicinal plant-based agroforestry system for the degraded lands. So some of the highly tolerant medicinal plants are already available. One of the thing is, in many areas, these people are considered this Acacia auriculata as like a weed, but it is not a weed. It is an indigenous, highly valued medicinal plant. Since centuries, it is used in the Siddha, Ayurveda, and other medicine. It is a very good species, are giving a good anti-diabetic drink. These are all the proven evidence you are observing from this slide. Still date in Karnataka, some of the traditional tribal villages is taking this particular drink in the early morning to then it is a welcome drink for their guest to treat them. Highly valued medicinal plants. These are all the products are available in the market also. Then it is the flower is used as a medicinal drink, beverage crop, and the leaf is used as a acacia hair conditioning powder. Many rural women people and even school children also in the holidays, they are enjoying the benefit of harvesting, plucking, and shading the leaves and giving a good benefit to the people. One more thing, this particular acacia auriculata is a very good green leaf manure in southern part of India, including KAU, Kerala Agriculture University, is also standardized how much tons of green leaf is needed for organic farming of the agriculture crop ecosystem to make a green leaf manure. Then particularly this particular Acacia auriculata is entirely and specifically for the, in this map, this distribution over the worldwide, you can see India has a huge potential to cultivate this particular crop for the economic purpose also. In ravine, I already told there will be a hardy tree species, otherwise hardy grasses. In between woody shrub species, there will be no research till 2015. So ravines are as a scrub jungle ecosystem in the ecology. It needs some of the woody shrubby community to enhance a microclimate for the native grass vegetation development, as well as increase the green cover to reduce the erosion. That's why our focus are given to the Acacia auriculata for erosion prone control as well as. So I have observed entire Rajasthan, collected 30 genotypes in order to screen the best genotypes for the soil water conservation control as well as a biomass production purpose. So we screened so many 30 genotype. We have find out the elite genotype from the Acacia auriculata instead of branching behavior, litter addition, pod and flower production. So Acacia genotype 4 is we identified from the ravine ecosystem. We taken the stepwise progeny evaluation trial. Then we adapted high density plantation in the ravine system with the same staggered contour trunching system in the ravines. Then we regularly followed the coppice management system. Again, it is like a bamboo. In a ravine system, it is like a desi bubble. Root hard ability is similar to Acacia nilotica. And the upper portion, how much time? 3 times if you are cutting in the year, again and again the sprouting and coppicing power is very good. Like that way, in the upper part it is behaving like a bamboo. In the lower part, it is behaving like a desi bowl, like a hardiness. So this is again one of the potential crop species for the degraded land in the way of erosion control as well as biomass production and economic generation also. Finally, you are seeing our Acacia auriculata plantation in this ravine region with a good introduction of Sylvie medicinal plant system. This is a summary. So CA4 is very good species for the ravine rehabilitation for the eco restoration operations. And this particular paper is published in the Legume Research Journal very recently. And in this species also, many people know that green means Acacia auriculata means it is having a very yellow color, golden flowers. But very first time in India, we have screened 3 different color shade of Acacia auriculata. One is a pale white, and one is a sandal white, and another one is a golden yellow. This particular variation is first time recorded in the Indian history in the Acacia auriculata. Again, I want to express this is instead of Clearicidia, the Acacia auriculata is a very quick growing and very dense life, hence barrier development purpose. So vegetative barrier purpose also in the agriculture land or as well as in the garden. This particular crop I raised it in our Nakshatra Park garden. It is giving a very good view of border demarcation as well as acting as a vegetative barrier. So this is again a good species. After that, so many focus now diverted into the ecosystem valuation. So all the agroforestry was developed. And now what is the ultimate aim of entering into the ecosystem estimation? So we are also studied this particular carbon stock potential production as well as other ecosystem benefit study last 10 years before itself in the ravine ecosystem. These are all the some of the plantation we have undertaken in the ravines in order to identify the best tree species combination for the ecosystem benefit also. So likewise, Acacia nilotica is producing highest litter biomass, highest carbon stock biomass, and as well as a nitrogen fixing ability, so land degradation ability. So in the silvipatcher system, Acacia nilotica with Sencera ciliare is the best identified system for ravine rehabilitation. Similarly, Egil murmulus with Dicanthium annulatum is a best horticultural system for the ravine rehabilitation purpose. One more thing of stream bank stabilization. The degraded land, again the river bank, you always know that every year it is a prone to high flooding level. So always it is making a huge river erosion is happening and it is deposition into the somewhere the dam and things. So highly designed layer of vegetative barriers is essential to meet out the stream bank erosion. So Icomia carnea along with mixed species also now under the trial of stream bank erosion control. So all the basin means nitrogen fixing legume species are considered as one of the best multi-purpose and natural gift for the degraded land ecosystem. Wherever you go for the land degradation, best to adapt the leguminous species which is having a very good potential of nitrogen fixing. So these are all the some of the listed multi-purpose tree species for the semi-arid region of India for adapting many agroforestry systems. Then value addition is a part and parcel for the entire success of the program. Wherever we reforested, degraded land improvement, everything was happened. Again, if you go with the mismanagement of cultivation, then it will be a problem. So when during the available period, make the fodder resources into the pellet form or well as other kind of value addition form in order to make the secondary agriculture units like small ruminants and other livestock population, then the automatically biotic pressure will be in the degraded land will be minimized. So we need a very good technologies for the processing and the pulp industry, processing industries to make a secondary agriculture. Then only this degraded land make into the more viable green and green manner. So one more kind of thing was established in all the agroforestry centers of the IISWC is we made a arboretum as well as germplasm blank, which is having a more soil water conservation valuable species. These are all we assembled 40 tree species, multi-purpose tree species, 4 important grasses, 4 important legumes, and 4 shrub species, which is having a very good conservation value in the soil water conservation. This is our germplasm block established in Kota. Whenever the students and other MTech, BTech trainees are coming, we are giving exposure training and everything to the people. So these are all the frequent visitors from the different sector, and regularly we are harvesting and observing other kind of parameters also. The factor now is consider is why, when, and the agroforestry will get momentum whenever the people come mentality for adaptation as well as some bank and other sector credit possibilities, then payback method and buyback method will be there, then there will be a good success for agroforestry in the degraded land also. So overall way, I have almost covered the very popular agroforestry system developed in the degraded lands. Again, I want to give a one simple clips of slide. The first best agroforestry system, aloe bear-based horticulture system, which is developed for Yamuna ravines. Bamboo with conserved bioengineering structure developed for Yamuna ravines. Bale and underutilized developed for Champal ravines. Current-based silviculture system, again a high success in the Champal ravine. Sapota with castor developed for Mahi ravines, and dragon fruit melia based horticulture system developed for Mahi ravine, Gujarat. So among the three major ravines in Indian system, we have developed at least two agroforestry, best agroforestry technique, which is giving a high income, high economic and ecosystem benefit. So like this way, our center is doing agroforestry popularization to the farmers also. So in the previous year of ravines are considered as a only land for unsustainable way of using the coat farming livestock, like that way. Now the integration of agroforestry tree species taken into the sustainable livelihood generation, one through the fodder pelleting and other kind of value added products. So in this way, summary and remarks, I want to give you that India is the first country to adopt the national level agroforestry policy, the new version in the Green Revolution. So world environmental agendas and arenas also now giving a much focus to the development of agroforestry, particularly for the Asian countries, because Asian countries are very prone to the climate change as well as natural disasters. So all the non-degradable and degradable land, including ravines, there should be a suitable tree forming technique will be given the highest success in the form of economic and considers a potential carbon trapping zone. So ravine always thinking will behave like if we are a sustainable way to maintain a good agroforestry system in the ravine, definitely it will be a potential trapping zone for the carbon mitigation. Then again, the so many ideal technologies are already available. Non-timber forest based life agroforestry industries are the need of the hour to make a value addition and marketing and other industrial linkage with the tree cultivation in the resource poor regions of the western India, particularly Rajasthan, Gujarat, and other part of western India. If it is an industrial based setup is developed like a South India, definitely agroforestry will put their leg in a strong manner in northern India also to mitigate the many changes in the agro ecosystem. So this is my Google Scholars page as well as a research kit. Many of the article already uploaded in the website. If any in knowledge you need or doubt, also you can visit this page. I take this at the end of the slide. I take this opportunity for your patient listening. Maybe I little bit fast in few slides, the mode of and style of presentation by like that. But I am now very free. You can ask any questions or doubt. I can ready to answer for your queries. Thank you so much for your patient listening.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful lecture. And I request participants kindly unmute your mic if you have any queries.